Well, hello again. This is another video. This one is on how to remotely control my Railmaster and also my new extension that I've just finished off. So first of all, we'll go to the extension. This is the extension which I've just done, which is all across the back and virtually 6 inches deep. Put all these new buildings in, which is the cinema, a little park, a set of buildings there which is a pub and which is also building society. Then we've got the shops, which the one on the right hand side, the blue one, which is the model shop, which is actually the Hobby Goblin, which is my regular railway shop that I always visit, and then 2 little terrace houses. So I've done all that. Now what we can actually do now is if I switch on the lights, which does my rest of my buildings, also is the new bit there. There's the cinema, there's the pub and the other buildings, there is the little shops, little lights in the bedrooms and also in the terrace houses. Now to see this in full effect, what I'll actually do now is actually just close the curtains up like that, and that is the new extension in the dark. Plus, as you know, I've got all this down here. So that is the new extension. Just take the curtains out again. And what I should do now is also just turn the lights off. Now one thing that I'm playing around with at the moment is this, which is another system. This is actually because I'm going to hopefully shortly do a exhibition on operating Railmaster at the Hobby Goblin shop. When it does get announced and done, please come along and visit. Steve there will be quite happy to accommodate you. So this is another little play toy I've actually had. Now when we get to remote control. Now actually there is a thing called a team viewer. Now what I should do is I'll just take this down out of the way for a minute, and this is it here, which is Team Viewer 10, that one there, that one there. Now actually, in fact, I've got it set up ready. So what you do is you get that app from iTunes, free, doesn't cost you nothing, and this link doesn't cost you nothing as well. So what you get then, as soon as you get that, what you actually get coming up is that. Now, as I've said before, if you've got problems on the railway, really put this onto your computer where your Railmaster is, which then I can actually access your computer, go through all your Railmaster problems you've got, show you how to do things via this, which is quite easy. But this is, at the moment, this is linked to my big computer downstairs in my office. But what it is normally it is in reverse. So what you'll see now, you actually see downstairs. But what you've actually got here is you've got an ID number and a password number. That ID number stays the same. That never changes if I actually have to come back to it again. The only thing that changes is the password. What happens is as soon as this comes and switches off and I turn it off and you turn yours off, when you come back on again, this doesn't come back the same. That comes the same, but this part here is you need a new password. So it means you're secure, so that if somebody did do this, they can't get back on your computer and hack your computer. So it is very, very safe. So what we've got now is, what I actually do now is actually go, that little blue one there actually is my computer downstairs. I do that, and what it'll do now, it'll now connect to my computer downstairs. It takes a little while for it to connect up, and then what it'll ask me to do is give the password number. There we are. So what I will do there is I go into there and I actually put in, if I just come down here and just take this bit out there, and I actually put in what I've actually got downstairs there, and I'll log in. Well, that's my computer downstairs. So actually I could operate my computer downstairs from up here, but this is going to be, normally I will be down there and doing this in the opposite direction. So that's my computer downstairs. That's how the TeamViewer works. It's quite easy to do. So as I say, what I'll actually do now is actually take that down out of the way, and what you actually get is you'll come back and you get your Railmaster. Now also what I've actually just put in as well, because I can operate this like this downstairs, I can't see what the trains are doing. Although they can operate and the programs will run, I can't see what they're doing. So what I've actually done now is I've actually now got a webcam, and that is the way I can actually control all my trains. So what I actually do now is I'll actually bring up the webcam. There it is. Let's go back again. There we are. That is the webcam, and that is my railway, as you can see. See, there's my arm. Look, see it? So that's the way I can do it. Now what I actually do with this now is I'll actually take this into, that's the bigger size. I can take that down to smaller size. What I have to do now is I have to get hold of this. If you hold on a second, and actually move this over here like this. I'm doing it by touchpad. I don't normally do this, I do it by mouse. So that is how I can actually operate my trains like that. So I'll actually show you one of these in motion. Now what it actually is if I go, and as I've said before, I've got my trains programmed. So what I actually do is actually bring this down here and actually bring the little train there. Now if somebody asked me about this, when you touch them, the train doesn't move from where it is. You get the little triangle on it which shows you that it's out operating. Now what will actually happen is there's the train going on its merry way, and this is it on the webcam. And there's the train. There enough. I've added a few more little wagons recently, which I had from Hobby Goblin. All, by the way, all my, as I said before, all my signalling, all my decoders are Traintech. They are brilliant. I wouldn't have nothing else. They are very, very good. This is just going through its motion. And all my buildings are Metcalfe, except for the engine shed. But all the rest are Metcalfe. The buildings, the houses, take me about 7 hours to do each one. The station took me 2 days because I had to actually make that station. All across here, this bit across here, took me 2 days. The wall and all those buildings there. So, and then I put all the lights in. There's dozens of lights in there now, as you've seen before. There it is, there's the train. And we have to go back to here. There's the train. going back into the siding, and it'll finish his little job off here in the siding. Here it comes. Now, one of my subscribers has asked me now to do a video on using the Hornby Sapphire decoder with the Elite. I've got to purchase one of these and then work it all out, and then I'll do a video on running the Sapphire through the Elite. Now, someone say with all this, now what I actually do is that if you have any problems, please call me. I'll try and help you as best I can. I've done quite a few this last few weeks. Now, one of the things is that you've got to, if you ring me, I'm on 01782 302194. I've got a Railmaster Help Facebook page. On there are all the exhibitions that are coming up, so that's very useful for people. I get quite a lot of response from that. We've got a website which is also Railmaster Help stroke info. On there, all the train tech stuff is built in there, and some of the shops which are online with me. So if you have any problems, please ring me. It's only for a chat, or if you've got any problem, as stupid as it might be, I might be able to solve it. I've tried to solve a lot of them. Most of them I've actually done. One of them was actually a gentleman who he changed the IDs in his Railmaster programming for his trains, but what had happened was that he'd done that, but what he'd forgot to do, wait for this to come up, he changed it, which is very easy with Railmaster. Just stick it on a program track, press the button for the train which you want to do the programming, and it'll come up. Now what he'd actually done, yes, he'd changed the ID of a particular train, but he hadn't put it in there. So same as there for like my class Arriva there. If I do that one there, look, that one there, do that one. There's my Gadwall. There's the ID number of my train, which you can change around. Once you've got them both exactly the same, you should have no problems with it at all. I've actually also done one where I've actually gone every one of them, gone through every one of those to make sure he's got it operating. Did it all by phone, whereas if he'd got it on this, which is the team viewer, it would have worked a lot better. I would have done it in minutes. So that is something you can actually do. So that is it for this particular one. So we say the next one hopefully will be that. I've actually got also something lined up for doing some electronic decoder stuff, which is for dimming and brightening the lights for train sensors. Hopefully that will come off, and then I'll be able to demonstrate all those products to you, and you'll be able to go from there. So for now, thank you very much, and I'll see you again shortly.